All right, okay, gentlemen. I gotta do this. I gotta ask this. Let's just go ahead and get right to it. Why are men intimidated by alpha women? Why are men intimidated by alpha women?
Them strong-minded, strong-willed, motivated to be the greatest, best version of themselves women.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a little bit over the top women. Why are men intimidated by
those women that got no chill? So
what you saying?
Got on it? Huh?
What you saying? Which women don't have no chill? Alpha women in general?
Yeah, these so-called alpha women. I mean, it kind of don't make sense to me because I think.
Because let's give our, not to cut you off though, let's give our idea of what we feel like an alpha woman is though.
That's good.
What are those characteristics? What are these alpha
Let
women?
me
what
see.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, okay. Good breakdown. Good question. Just to throw my tidbit in, alpha woman could be some characteristics of an alpha woman. A woman that is in a high earning position. And a lot of the times she's in a leadership, could be in a leadership or like like a head, position, some sort. They operate as if they don't need a man. Those are a couple characteristics where I think, a lot of alpha women fall into that category.
Alpha, yeah.
For me, I think.
Oh, let me say this too before I forget.
I
Typically, alpha women.
was about to say what you
I
going
keep
there.
going.
Are you saying like
Characteristics.
Are alpha women feminists?
Nah, I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't throw. That wouldn't be the first thing. That wouldn't be the first thing to come to mind, right? This dude, man. This dude.
Let's say that's what it sounds like. Those about to go to.
And I'm gonna let him do it. Let me throw my tidbit.
Do your thing before those.
You about to make what am
I? Those to go in on alpha women.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. Characteristic alpha woman, like she has her mind made up as to certain things, like what she's looking for in life, like as far as her career. As far as like a particular age where she plans on being married, having children, really strong-minded, really, what's the term I'm looking for? Hard-headed, got some hard-headed going on. Those are just like a couple characteristics, I think of. But they strong in their opinions though, and they stand on their square. Yeah, those will go ahead and have it, man. I threw in a couple tidbits here and there.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it simple, man. I don't have no problem with alpha women, but
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Y'all heard?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Just a couple characteristics. I mean, I say they're very strong will. They have the mind set up and they aren't willing to meet people in the middle. They're more so wanting other people to meet them on their side.
On their own terms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course, they have a certain level of dominance to where they want to control, and they don't tend to want to submit to anything but their careers or their jobs or whatever. So they place their individual goals above everything, even at a detriment to the people around them. But like I said, I don't have a problem with them, man. I really don't. I see women like that all the time. It doesn't make me feel any type of way.
Are the alpha women and the alpha males, is that?
They butt heads a lot.
Exactly. Can that relationship work?
Can they coexist?
Nah, I can't.
Why?
Because men want, not need, but
Let me
men,
ask
men want,
Google.
men want women who, for one, know their place. Straight up.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it a buck. Men want women who know their place, who want to submit, who take pride in submitting, who know how to compliment a man, and who know how to bring value to a man's life. Now, versus an alpha woman, she'll be looking for a man to do that for her life. But, you know, in the Bible it says that a woman is supposed to be a helpmate unto a man.
All right, so the modernman.com. So these people did some research. They did a study.
Uh-oh.
So the modernman.com says relationship research has concluded that while it is possible for an alpha male and alpha female relationship to begin, it's unlikely to survive for life. Of course, there are always exceptions, and an alpha male with an feminine alpha female can be a great match. But most alpha males are not attracted to alpha females who adopt a masculine attitude and approach to life.
There can only be one dominant person in a relationship, or one alpha, one beta. Like, I don't really care about these terms, but there can only be one person who's head and then the other person is following. And one thing I noticed is that in relationships where the woman is running the relationship, doesn't usually work.
That
if
shit
if
looks
not
awful,
most,
dog.
it's disgusting. But where the man is head and he's leading and the woman is following, those are the ones that usually tend to work. But nowadays you see dudes trying to be submissive to the women and allowing her to lead. And that's what, I mean, to be honest, that's why I see a lot of issues is dudes are just weak and they're okay with it. They think that it's normal, you know. They're more in touch with their feelings and how they feel about this and how they feel about that.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Oh, you got some more data, please.
But thoughtcatalog.com.
Uh-oh.
Thoughtcatalog.com says...
You say Thought Catalog?
Thoughtcatalog.com.
Wow, amazing.
Some people think that the only way an alpha can thrive in a relationship is if they are paired with a beta. This is damaging a rule of thumb. Two compatible alphas in a relationship make a power couple. Alphas that don't know how to work with other alphas are dictators. They're ruled by ego, not confidence and strength.
Ruled by ego,
last part again.
confidence and strength.
Run that last part.
Alphas that don't know how to work with other alphas are dictators. They're ruled by ego, not confidence and strength.
And that's coming from
shit's
Thought.
plastic.
Thought what?
Thoughtcatalog.com.
And we over here listening to a bunch of thoughts. Is that what we're doing?
You gave us hell no.
No,
Right.
but that's a very
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's real.
Oh, here's one thing.
Cause that's what I was going. Well, y'all do. Cause I ain't get my.
Oh yeah, you do got to get yours. I'll keep my point.
Cause I was gonna say like, I don't think it's wrong for a woman to be an alpha female. You just gotta know how to deal with them.
why should you have to deal with a woman?
You gotta know how to deal with anybody. You gotta deal with a man. Even your best friend, bro. You gotta understand like, oh yeah, my homie, he don't like this. He don't like when I do this. That's your friend. You love him. So we avoid certain things around people that we be around just because we know them people don't like. Everybody does that, whether it's a male or a female.
But
so
I don't get it though, Christian. Like, why do you gotta deal with somebody? That's like saying,
well, maybe
you know,
it's not
I
even,
don't want this job, but I gotta deal with it. But then go get a better job that
that's a fact.
suits what you want.
Well,
You
not
know,
even.
So you're not gonna change the infrastructure of that.
Of that-
Yeah, but maybe not even wrong.
exactly.
But I
In
don't.
some cases though, you can.
Yeah, but when I'm saying deal with, I'm just saying like that's.
Because what if there's somebody out there that is looking for a guy like you?
Bruh, that's like you talking like what was you talking about the Vacation Brothers. Who was you talking about?
Passport
Brothers.
That's what
Passport
you're talking
Brothers.
about now. Is you scared of a woman because she got a strong mind and strong will?
No, that's different. These passport bros.
I'm talking about alpha women. You were saying it like being with alpha women is bad.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But I want a woman that knows how to compliment.
So you
me.
saying it's bad?
No, because I can't make the choice for the next dude. So if the next guy wants to be
Yeah, we ain't talking about
ran over by by his woman, then that's on him.
See,
But
look, you making it sound like an alpha woman is bad.
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
you did. You just ain't that what he just did.
There's
you
some
said
guys
if a
that
man
super
dates an
masculine.
alpha woman,
There's some
she'll be
guys that
ran
want a
over.
masculine woman because
Alpha
they
don't-
tend to have more feminine traits within themselves. So
Alpha don't
whatever
mean-
works for the next guy may not work for me.
But
Whatever works for me may not work for the next guy.
Right. Alpha don't necessarily mean masculine though.
Where do you put it?
Like Kim Kardashian, bro.
Alpha is masculine.
Kim Kardashian is feminine, bro, but she
Yeah,
a
right.
boss. She owns shit. She runs shit. Rihanna is feminine, bro, but she runs shit. She's in a position of power. No different than the queen. No different than a queen. A queen can be feminine but still be in a position of power, bro.
True.
That's the
But
one.
Like
that's-
alpha female don't mean you gotta have a terrible attitude.
Nah, hell
That,
no.
like that's what you're saying. That's what those are saying. You're saying that alpha means terrible attitude woman. That's what you're saying.
To be alpha, you have to have those characteristics of where you put your feelings aside for the betterment of the goal of a company or of a mission.
See, no, who said that? You're making alpha into
That's a trait that you see more alpha or leaders have, is that they're willing to put their feelings aside to accomplish something versus women who actually.
So what
You know,
if that
no,
alpha female wants to accomplish her having a good relationship with her husband?
Yo, I feel like
What-
I feel
What
like
are
there are
you
alpha
saying?
women. I feel like there are alpha women. Like I love the self awareness that the alpha women have, and they have this, and a lot of times they have an innate ability to see the reflection of an alpha male. Because they don't want to be, like, I don't think alpha women want to be like that all the time. Like, life could have had them, situationally like that, being a single mother, like you have to take, we've talked about this before, there's some women that just have had to take on the role, of just like making sure that their children are protected. So they gotta play dad and they gotta play mom. But I feel like there are a number of alpha women, like if they see an alpha male, like a legitimate one, not a plastic one, not a synthetic one, but one that like knows how to communicate and knows how to read the room. Like he knows how to make her feel comfortable. She'll beta in a minute. A alpha woman, a beta to the right alpha. A beta, yeah. An alpha woman will beta to the right alpha man.
Okay, so my question, right? That's a good point. My question is it often do we see women able to turn on and turn off that switch of that dominance switch whenever they get with a man? I'm saying it's
That
much
shit
harder.
takes some buffering, man.
That's
That
what I'm
takes
saying.
some adjusting, some modifications.
I don't
It's
think
hard
alpha
for
being
women
dom-
to turn on and off
I
that
don't
switch
think
once they come home to
alpha
the
has
man.
nothing to do with being dominant. I think being alpha just means you strongly believe in yourself. Betas are willing to let somebody else take the lead. Like alpha strongly, because when I think of alphas like Kobe and Shaq, they were both alphas.
How come you didn't think of alphas like Serena and Beyonce or something? Why'd you think of men?
Because we're talking about alpha men being intimidated by alpha women.
Yeah, but also
Those are two alpha men.
Okay, so name me some alpha women.
I already named some of those. I just named Rihanna. I named them.
Okay.
Them is alpha women with feminine traits still. Every man wants them.
You said Kim Kardashian too, right?
Yeah, too.
And is that somebody that women should model their relationship goals over, or their life over?
Nah, but
even
I'm talking
Rihanna.
about a woman that can still be in a position. That's not you. That's a whole nother conversation, bro. We're talking about a woman.
Those are trying to get you.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We're talking about a woman that can have a mindset of believing in herself strongly and still being able to submit to her husband, bro. That's what a woman of the Most High is. That's what I'm really trying to say.
And
She is going to be strong-willed. She's a child. Like a woman that's a child of the Most High, how is she not an alpha? She need to be an alpha. What happened if something happened to me? What is she going to do?
You don't think that those two mindsets conflict with each other? Somebody who believes in themselves so strongly, but is somehow willing to submit.
Why do you take? See, everything you say, you try to turn into a negative.
No,
Why is somebody? Yes, it is. You're saying somebody believing in themselves. Why is her believing in herself a negative?
Well, what my man with those is saying is like her agenda
is bad.
cannot fall in.
Why can't you say the same thing about a man though? You gotta ask me a different question. You gotta ask me a question that's only gonna be that only she can make that mistake though, Doza. A man can do that too.
I get that.
You can't just put that on alpha women. Like that's just like somebody believing in themselves strongly and somebody believing in themselves. Like sometimes we all be wrong. So a woman, we act like a woman can. We act like every time a woman can be wrong, it's like she don't get a decision to do nothing else. She can be wrong too. Cause we don't be right all the time at all.
I get that. Men, we have our own faults in everything. But it's not a surprise that men are out here going for alpha women. And we can all just keep it a buck. Men are not out here looking for alpha women.
No, they're not. That's a lot of work.
And it's not to take anything away from alpha women.
It just
I'm saying it takes a man who has a lot of confidence, who knows a lot about himself, who knows how to be able to coincide with the energy like that. But I'm saying guys are not running out there looking for alpha women, and that's the honest truth.
But in this,
they're looking for,
They look
we
for
are like
a
they're looking
gullible.
for more.
To be
I'm not
honest,
saying it's the best answer, but a more gullible.
In our culture, in our community, in our environment, most of the women are alpha women. Like we raised by alpha women. That is kind of like when men grow up to start looking for strong-minded women. Maybe they don't be having control of their emotions and stuff like that, but a lot of us are raised by strong-willed and strong-minded women. We do be looking for alpha women. We do be wanting women that's strong-minded and strong-willed, just to follow what we be on.
Yeah, but we
look for easier instruction with that motivation.
We are looking for one that's mature enough to handle her emotions and to be able to bring value to our life without having those emotions overtake them. That's what we're looking for. You can find a woman who's strong-willed and alpha, and that's good and everything.
Right.
But can it balance well with your life, or can it add to your life without causing more stress and more issues in other areas? That's what men are looking for.
And to add to what men are looking for, like, men have to make sure that they're being their expectations that they're expecting from from the woman, like they have to know that they're malleable too. That like they have to modify their behavior in a sense. Like it's not on no like as soon as I hear submit, I know sisters like cringe at that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's just such a negative dogma, attached to it. Because there are guys that do be on that dictatorship type of deal, and they're like, oh, you gonna, if they come in the house, yeah, I'm the king of this house, and you gonna submit. Like guys that say that shit is just really whack. Because if you really that dude, then you don't have to say none of that shit. So I think it's difficult. It's really difficult for alpha women, to trust a guy that is finicky about, because she's gonna lose some control. Like she's gonna lose some of that power. So she wants to lose that power to the holder that can trust that and that cultivate instead of turning her into a doormat, because she's not gonna be a doormat. So guys got to step up too. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like there's no problem with an alpha woman.
But you just don't want to date now.
It just takes. Okay, I would date a woman who has.
He's been intimidated. Why are you intimidated by alpha women?
Those is not intimidated.
I'm not intimidated by it. Trust me, because I've met many of them before. My thing is, you have to know what I need in this relationship. Just like how, as men, we should study the woman that we're dating or the woman that we're in a relationship. We should know the ins and outs of how they think, what they like, what they want. So we got to know what we need to be for them, or we have to know the best way to build and work on ourselves to put them in a place so that they can be feminine. Because a lot of these alpha women,
we gotta study them.
They are like, they're pretty much out on their own, and they gotta grind, and they gotta make it happen. And so it's hard for them to relinquish that trust and relinquish that power to a man who's just gonna abuse it or take her for granted. And that's what I'm saying. Like I don't have no problem with them, because I understand some of them are doing that for survival, because they gotta do it. They got kids, and just like I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just being able to switch that and finding a man comfortable enough is a very hard thing to do. So they're more used to, meeting a dude that's not alpha. So they have that sense of seclusion to where they're not just gonna give themselves out to anybody. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they require a man to step up his game. Like how you said, which is I agree. Men, we really do need to step up our game. But if women are not used to men who are stepping up the game and who are constantly evolving, then they're gonna come into a relationship or come into a situation or meet somebody, and they're gonna be used to the last dude or used to what they've experienced. So being able to switch and adjust to a man who actually requires more is gonna be a little harder for them.
Well, I mean, they self-motivated and they're self-driven, so that could be something that is very attractive. Very attractive.
It is.
I mean, you got a number of alpha women that they know how to point out. Like it's a reason why in your life you've had alpha women come across you. And it's because they read your aura. They see that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Without you even saying anything. Before you while you enter the room, they see that. And it's up to, a lot of times it's up to us to not tarnish what they envision us to be, because they know how to have the capability to see the best in us, even when we don't see that shit in ourselves at that particular moment.
One thing that I love
about, stop being scared of alpha females, man.
Hey, one thing that I love about alpha women is that they know how to hustle, and they can match your grind. So if you going hard, she'll be able to add to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I think is good for a man to be around versus a chick that's just lazy, that has no ambition, no goals or nothing. That's more so ready to just
codependent.
Yeah, just jump into a situation and then ride off that wave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's very valuable to have something within yourself and have that self-love and then have the grind and the hustle added to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then meet somebody with that same mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I think a lot of guys are afraid of.
Yeah.
Is they're afraid of a woman who knows what she wants, knows how to go for what she wants, and she's not afraid to call you out whenever you're slipping up or falling.
That should
You know
be
what
a
I'm saying?
legitimate call out too.
And that is part of the reason why I think it's harder for alpha women to find relationships, is because men don't want to be called out on the BS. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, they'll talk a lot of this, but they don't want to be called out on the BS. You know what I'm saying? But the ones who understand, a woman's mental in that state where she knows what she wants, she knows how to go about getting it. They're able to get the best out of her. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're being honest and keeping it a buck with her. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it.
I wanna drop this on you, brother.
What's up?
Alpha females, would you consider them more a virtuous woman or a down chick? Virtuous woman, down chick. Those, what do you think?
I think a down chick or a virtuous woman can be an alpha. It's just, I don't look at alpha females. I was raised by alpha women.
My mom was an alpha woman.
So, like,
Alpha woman, alpha male. Like
that's what I'm
I
saying.
had a unique position to see two, like strong-headed, two strong-headed people come together, and my mama, Beanie Baby, she says what she wants. She says what she desires. Like she's opinionated. Like she don't hold her tongue for nothing. And
Bro, that's all Hebrew women, bro. All Hebrew women are alpha women, though.
are they?
Bro, you gotta understand, we looking at life and how we living it now. Thousands of years ago, a man might be gone for 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, it's in it's in their DNA to be out. They have to be, bro. It's part of what the Most High gave them.
You said all Hebrew women are alpha?
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's a number that haven't pressed
Hebrew.
the activation button. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, some of them, all of them have it in them, though, for sure.
Yeah.
It's in all of them. It's of the Most High.
Now, does it take the right guy to bring that?
Bro, every
out of them?
personality we have we supposed to use it for the right reasons, but we all gotta learn how to use whatever we have, and it's like we crafting it, like we're trying to like mold it into that perfect shape that it's supposed to be. Our personality, or the way we talk to somebody, the way we deal with our lady, like everything, all that type of stuff is all stuff we try to work on all the time. And
Should be.
You know what I'm saying? And you can do that with an alpha female. She just wants her opinion heard.
Now, one thing, and that's respect. The opinion has to be heard. It's for the
Because when you're not around, her opinion is going. You know what I'm saying? Her opinion is being put into play.
Well, that's because
when you're not around.
because the head coach, the head coach
She is the
out.
head coach, exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no on that. The head coach that I'm going to is the man. Like if he's not there,
No, I'm saying,
the interim,
but this is what I'm
the
saying.
offensive coordinator or whatever, you got to be in that position.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
When she's single, when she's not dealing with a man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Her alpha, her opinions, those are going forward.
Yeah.
Whatever she feels like, and she's still an alpha female, and whatever she feel like she need to be doing, she's going to be doing. So once you get there with her, that shit still got to be heard. And for real, some of them need to be done. Fuck it, she probably right anyway.
It's once she gets there with you.
Once y'all get there together, y'all both trying to meet. So you both on the journey together. Like men ain't got to figure it out. No, women don't got to figure it out. Cause at the end of the day, You meeting a complete stranger, so you don't have nothing figured out. You're trying to figure it out together.
Some men do have it figured out, and
Bro.
they know what they want in
Bro, you
the
can have
in a woman, in as they're going to get what they
I'm
want.
talking about figuring out that other person, bro. You don't have that other person figured out when you meet them.
Of course you don't.
That's what I'm saying. So whether they alpha or not, you gotta learn how to work with them.
I'm saying
Gotta study at the university.
You gotta learn how to work with them. Whether they alpha, beta, that don't even matter. Like some of the stuff that they feel like they want and like can be a part of the changes that's gonna happen once y'all be in a relationship and all that. It's just as important to them that they feel like should be done as yours.
I'm saying
and
Just because she a woman
they
don't make it less important.
no, it doesn't. What I'm saying is that they need to understand that having that dominance is good if they're alone. But if they're with a man, they gotta take a back seat.
They don't have no problem in doing that though.
Yeah, you didn't say passenger seat. You
Bro,
said
the real
backseat.
in real talk, like we be trying to. I know.
See, look, now you want to try to twist it, man.
I
Now
know.
you wanna try to take it there.
It's this like this is really the biggest problem. We had this problem in my last job too. There's a problem, but we don't be. The real issue is not women submitting. The issue is that women will submit to men. For the most part, 70 to 80% of women submit to men. It's just that once the man cheats or something like that, then she's done submitting. It's not like women are not out here submitting to men, bro, because they do. It's just that something happens to make them be like, all right, I'm done fucking with you like that. That's the only difference between now and 300 years ago, because 300 years ago, women will put up with more.
I gotta disagree with you on that.
A woman just puts up with less now because you got to think 300 years ago, for her to have her own house, to her to have her own car, the government wasn't going to help you do that. It was hard for a woman to go get her own job. It's hard for a woman to go get her own house 300, 400 years ago. It's not like that now. So a woman can just say, forget you, man. I can go take care of myself. I can go get my own house. I can go take care of myself. And ain't no hunting. And ain't no doing it. Like, that's why it's quicker for a woman to walk away after a man that cheated or doing something like that. Women submit to men every day, bro. Niggas all the time. And niggas be on bullshit. This is not about women.
It's not. Okay.
You was about making about them, though.
There are women that submit to men. Don't
All
get me wrong.
women do, bro.
There
All
are-
of them do.
But
I don't
there's
know about that shit.
but there's also those who
Maybe not to
have-
you, but she submitted to somebody else.
there's also those who have conditional who submit to a man under condition, and there's those
There's
who
always conditions. I don't want this woman unless the conditions make sense. We're always looking for the right conditions when we're dealing with somebody. What condition is this woman in when I'm getting her? What is her mental condition? What is her physical condition? What does she look like? How much does she working? Is she trying to better herself? What is she doing? We always worried about that.
Yeah, but I'm saying
It's a
there's
big
women
concern,
who get
isn't
with men that they know that they don't want to submit to, that they know that they don't see that leadership quality in.
Those
But-
are alphas.
But they are willing. They want to. But they settle.
Those
Like,
aren't
it's-
alphas, though. We talking about alpha women. Those aren't alphas. Those are the women.
Alpha women do get with weak dudes. Alpha women get with beta. Like, if we're gonna use these terms, right?
Yeah,
Alpha women get with beta males all the time.
What's
because
the advantage? What's the advantage of the
of control? They get to control these dudes,
Yeah,
and so I'm saying
okay.
that
Well,
I'm
we're not
I'm
talking
saying
about this situation. Why are you talking about a situation we ain't talking about? We talking about why are alpha men intimidated? See, you getting off topic.
what?
That's
no,
not,
it's still
that is
We
directly
talking about
on
alpha
topic.
men. We talking about alpha men and alpha women.
No, we're talking about why are men intimidated by alpha women?
Alpha men, though, right?
Alpha men are not intimidated by alpha women. Alpha men, okay,
No.
like I said, if we're gonna use these terms, right?
Well, the
Alpha
original
men-
was why are men.
Yeah.
It wasn't alpha men intimidated by alpha
That's
women.
what
It
I'm
was
saying.
why are
Men,
men
which men?
intimidated.
Okay, so fine. In
Beta, alpha.
I don't use the terms either, but that's part of the question.
Right, but
I mean,
if we looking at it that way,
separation.
men are not intimidated by alpha women. It's males that are intimidated by alpha women. Because males aren't willing to look at themselves in the mirror and say, hey, look, this is what I need to change. This is what I need to fix to improve for themselves. But whenever they are with a woman, they're not willing to take that accountability either. So they'll settle for something less. Or they'll take that and they'll allow the woman to do whatever they want without actually setting no standards, no structure, or nothing within that relationship because they're just happy to get what they can.
Well, congrats on your outcome, brother. I don't want to hear him complain about shit. And he'll be the same guy that says, happy wife, happy life.
Facts.
Fuck that term. Fuck that term.
That's a problem with a lot of dudes.
Happy
man.
spouse, happy house. I'll go with that.
Happy wife, happy
Happy
life.
wife, happy life? No, I ain't going with that shit.
And
I'm
they,
cool.
they secretly
That ain't
miserable.
Yeah, but that ain't that woman's fault either.
What?
Exactly. It's not her fault. You're right.
That's
It's
not
his
fucking
fault.
man.
It's his
Yeah.
fault.
He's a fucking sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't her
It's his
fucking
fault.
fault.
The show improved. This
I'm
one
not,
thing.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
Hey, the show improved. Like, where do y'all think like the whole show improved aspect comes? Like when it comes to alpha women, are they expecting the guy to come 90% so they can think about coming 10%, or they show you like they're willing to meet halfway. They're willing to make that step and meet halfway.
Like, we talking about good alpha women.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
not talking
yeah.
about bad.
Well,
Like, when we ask our wired men, we're not asking wired men intimidated of bad alpha women, though. We're talking about the good ones.
well, I
You
mean,
bring
shit,
up
we
all the bad traits.
Well, we talking.
I'm
we
just
talking
trying
about the good and the bad alpha women. I mean,
it's
I brought up
obvious.
some good traits
The
too.
bad ones
Don't
is
forget about the
obvious.
good traits.
The bad ones, I didn't think bad shit. We know why they intimidated by, and not intimidated as far as fear, but intimidated like as far as like why they don't want to talk to them. Shit, 'cause they bad. They bad, like they ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about the good ones. We're talking about the good alpha females. Why are they not approaching them? Because of their strong will, because of their strong mind. We're not talking about bad ones. We're talking about the good ones, the ones that are worth it.
It takes a lot. It takes
That's
too
the
much
ones
work.
we're talking about, bro.
It takes too much.
We're not talking about the ones that's broken and fucked up and all that. We're not talking about those. Because those, we already know what that situation is. We don't need to talk to them. She got to get right.
The bad.
She
alpha,
gotta get
the
right,
bad
and then
alpha
she'll be
females,
in the
the first thing
conversation.
coming out of their
We
mouth
talk-
is
Yeah.
on the date. Well, I'm strong, independent. Woo. Hey, fellas, if you ever hear a woman say that first off the first date, I'm strong, independent, goal driven. Hit that bathroom and look for that window. That shit is not a turn on for guys to hear that. I'm strong, independent. I don't. Yeah, I'm strong.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So great. That was a great. We talking about the good alpha women. We were giving some good bad. Thank you for bringing that back in focus.
Yeah, cause man, there we go again. We talking about the good.
I'm like, we gotta, paint the picture.
Yeah, why are the brothers not approaching them?
It's too much work for them. It's too much work.
That's a fact. That's true.
It causes them to have to better themselves.
Hell yeah.
They don't want to better themselves,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Yep.
They really
Too much
don't,
work
man.
for 'em.
Yep.
For real, cause they're like, okay, I'm comfortable being average. A lot of guys are comfortable with being average.
Celebrating mediocrity.
And it's almost like it's a cologne. Like they spray on average, you know. I was about to go in. I was about to go in, man.
Yeah, for sure. Was that? Did it come?
No.
We still going?
Yeah.
Alright, still in there.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
basically,
with the
what
cologne.
I'm saying is they spray on the cologne and the cologne says average. So they spray it on and they just bask in the averageness, and they don't have no game, they don't have no confidence, they don't have no self-respect, they don't stand on nothing, they ain't got no backbone, they're a straight doormat. and then they meet a woman that understands herself, that has, you know, something going, smart,
She had
smart
a
woman.
5-year plan.
Yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
she has
Lifetime
she
Yeah,
has
for real.
things put
Follow
together,
God.
and then they look at themselves in the mirror and all they see is broken glass, and so that makes them self-conscious about who they are, and so they're like, you know, I don't want to be with somebody that is gonna force me to see who I am, because I've been hiding from who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because it feels much better to lie. See, that's another thing I realized with a lot of guys is they'd rather lie to themselves about who they are and then believe the lie and then try to take that lie to a woman.
You say the lie enough and you start to believe
And
it.
you start to believe it.
Yeah.
Versus a man who has self-respect, self-dignity can be like, okay, look, this is where I need to work on. This is where I need to improve. I need to constantly be evolving each and every day to become a better man for myself and, you know, for my family, my woman, my children, like all that. You know what I'm saying?
And you should be seeing that from the other side too. Like that's the beauty. Like while you sharpening, while you being sharpened, like you sharpening that, you know, your alpha female suite. Yeah, you know, like y'all sharpening each other. Y'all molding each other
Y'all just growing.
and pushing. Like yeah. Like I know this didn't work out. You know, like the woman, you know, encouraging her man. Like I know this business endeavor didn't work out, but get back on the horse. She's not gonna be the one like, yeah, there you go again. Why are you even doing this again? Why are you trying this endeavor? It's not gonna work.
That's like a weight around your body in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
You trying to swim.
Mm-hmm.
You just being pulled down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta diagnose the type of woman that you with so that you don't end up in that situation.
Diagnose and watch the cologne you put on. Because if you spray average, CK average, you most likely to get the average rat.
Well, guess that's it.
Good
To
topics.
folks next time.
Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Went in.
Please
Hey,
like, share, and subscribe. I'll let y'all next week. Big Lou will be back.
Shout out to all the alpha women.
Thank y'all. Yeah, for sure. We're alpha men. Love y'all.
See y'all next time.